In the past few hours, D.C. police found that car believed to be tied to a terrifying shooting outside a funeral in Northeast. Investigators are still looking for the killer or killers who murdered 29-year-old Terrell Coghill and injured 3 others.
Yeah, our Bruce LaShawn has been talking to family and friends of Coghill, who was murdered outside of a funeral home yesterday, and 24-year-old Stephen Carroll, who Coghill was there to mourn.
Mourners back at the Stewart Funeral Home Wednesday, this time remembering the life of someone who was not the victim of gun violence, but also haunted by the shooting of mourners who were out here on the same sidewalk on Tuesday.
I feel sad that it's people out here just killing people for no reason. It's so emotional. I'm sorry, I can't even talk too much. I'm sorry, because I might cry. I'm tired of seeing my people just dying in these streets. I'm tired of it.
I heard like a cannon, boom, boom, boom.
The family of Terrell Coghill, who was murdered Tuesday, are remembering him as a loving father, brother, and nephew who had turned his life around and was deeply into music and trying to provide for his daughter. They say he was at the funeral to mourn a close friend. In a statement, they're saying police had been asked to attend the service precisely because of concerns that something like the shooting could happen. Having one officer in close proximity across or down the street does not mitigate violence, the Coghill family wrote. As everyone is aware, most violence happens when majority of people are outside, i.e. the start or let out of the actual funeral, they said. The tragic shooting occurred 17 minutes after the funeral concluded, and claiming people were milling about is also inappropriate. Why did police leave the premises within 10 to 15 minutes of the funeral ending without ensuring the safety of the funeral goers? We've asked police for a response to these allegations, and we are still waiting to hear back.
If you have problems with somebody out there, you got some history or something, and it's not, just try to communicate with the person, you know what I mean?
Talk.
Yeah.
Don't pull out guns.
Yeah, don't stop pulling guns out, y'all. We got kids out here, we got elders, Now,
law enforcement sources tell me that they believe this shooting was connected to a group called, get this, the Fox 5 crew. Sources tell me the attackers from another crew was so brazen they shot up the funeral crowd, even knowing that police were around. They believe that this is targeted. The funeral was for 24-year-old Stephen Carroll, who himself was a victim of gun violence. His mother works for Bread for the City, the area's largest food pantry. She and many of her co-workers who were there are just incredibly shaken by this.
Yeah, because no one expects to go to a funeral and have the unthinkable happen.
I know. I mean, is no place sacred? And again, they believe that this was targeted. So it sounds like the people that targeted potentially Coghill knew he was going to be at this funeral, who was for a dear friend of his, and they went there gunning for him at a funeral as it let out.
I think of the added trauma for Carroll's family as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Unbelievable, and for everybody, and a lot of these workers at Bread for the City who try and do so much good for this community.
It's a reminder that this touches so many people. You don't even think that you're going to experience this, and here you are going to a funeral for a loved one, and this happens.
Let's all talk to each other
instead
of picking up the guns.
Absolutely. That would be a great start.
Yeah.
All
Bruce,
right,
thank you.
Bruce.